Hey there, it's Anonymous T, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today. Sending good vibes and positivity your way. Today, we're talking 11 minute chance. So you guys know why you are here. Stormy is still foaming at the mouth, you guys. She is not going to let this go. She wants you to know that she was first to ever put out hair care products, you guys. She wants you to know all of her sales and everything else, that she is the first. She's the OG, you guys. That nobody before Stormy has ever come out with hair products besides her. That nobody before Stormy dared thought of the idea to have a kids line, you guys. And we're going to talk about it. We are going to talk about it. This is a very important video, you guys. This is a very important video because it is such a coincidence the same week, because we are still doing Zoom Bible studies in my family 3 years later because of COVID, you guys. And it was the perfect Bible study topic this week, you guys. Psalm 23 and God having your back, you guys. And we had a moment where each of us, all of our relatives, because we were celebrating some of our wins, and we were talking about, you know, how when you are doing well, not everybody is happy for you. Not everybody is happy for you, whether they're more successful than you or not, whether they have more money than you or not. That if you get a win, if you get recognized for something major, if you achieve something, that there is still going to be haters, you guys. And so we were celebrating a relative's, you know, huge achievement that was first in the family to accomplish this. And some people were happy, right? But then they expressed that they had some haters. That they had some people who were giving them some snide comments, some weird looks, feeling a certain type of way, trying to dim their light, trying to take away their moment. And then we all had shared, because I have books, you guys. I have books worth of examples that have been throughout my lifetime of people who do not want to see me win, you guys. Who do not want to see me be successful, who want to rain on my parade, you guys. I have books that I could write on that alone, right? On examples of that happening. But this is important because I was thinking to myself, I'm like, this is Stormy. This is Stormy if I have not seen anything that is the perfect example of somebody who does not want to see somebody win. Who is creating a competition when there doesn't need to be one. Who is pinning a fellow colleague who is doing something positive, who is doing something successful, is pinning them in the crosshairs and pinning them against one another. For no reason other than hatred, negativity, and jealousy, you guys. And if you call it out, they want to talk more. They want to talk more because they think that that's going to help the situation, you guys, when it is making the situation 100 million times worse, you guys. We don't need all of these explanations and these dissertations as to when you started your business and how successful your business is. We don't care. We knew you were a multimillionaire. You don't need to remind anybody. The fact of the matter is you're jealous of Melody, Shari. And these continued posts, these continued shots that you keep taking in your posts are the perfect example of that, you guys. So before I get into the latest of Stormy putting her foot in her mouth and showing how bothered and pressed she is, I wanted to say this, you guys. We are only in the month of February. We are barely into 2023, you guys. And if you have not been looking around, there are some negative people out there who are waiting to try to destroy you, you guys. Waiting to try to ruin your happiness, waiting to ruin your success, waiting to ruin your blessings and make it about themselves, you guys. And in regards to Stormy, it doesn't matter if you are more successful or less successful, if you have more money or less money, whatever, you know, a part of the spectrum you fall, right? None of that matters. Money doesn't matter. Success doesn't matter, you guys. It is about who you are as a human being. It is about your character. It is about your moral compass. It is about, is your soul pure? you guys? Is your soul pure, or are you willing to sell your soul to the highest bidder if it means you gain fame? And that's what we have an example of here, you guys. Where people get a taste of being on TV, they get a taste of reality TV fame, and they completely take things to their head. And if you're supposedly so successful, you're spewing out all these numbers that you've done since 2018, right? Right? You're trying to flex on them, right? You're trying to flex on them and tell them that you've been here, right? You've been here before anybody else has ever created any hair products, you guys. Since the beginning of time, it was only you, Stormy. But here's what happened, right? Here's what you missed. You missed that you are not marketable. You lost yourself trying to be a reality star. You lost yourself trying to prove that you were better than other people. And see, you're not going to do this to Destiny or Letitia because you do not feel that they're in your lane, right? You don't feel that they are good enough to even come at like this, right? But you see Melody Shari, and you see that her star power has really taken her to another stratosphere beyond anything else that anybody in the cast has been able to replicate. And you have an issue. You have an issue because you see Melody Shari as a threat. You see Melody Shari as a threat to your success and a threat to your empire, even though you're supposedly successful and $40 million in sales and blah, 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 blah. You are pressed. You are jealous, and you have a problem with Melody Shari. And why you won't just say it with their chest is beyond me. Because we all know who you're talking about. Who else has a kids line that's coming out? Who else has been posting on social media that they're packaging from home? Who else is, showing receipts of everybody that is ordering from the website, you guys, and showing receipts of them physically taking all of the orders to the post office so that you guys can get your stuff on time? Right? But Stormy cannot help herself, you guys. Stormy cannot help herself, and if it's not Stormy, then it's her mom, Kris Jenner, you guys. It is her mom, Kris Jenner, trying to make noise, right? So here's Stormy's latest that she wants to say on social media. It says, one thing about me, I spend years developing products, and I do major research and testing before I launch. And truth be told, when you're developing a new formulation, it honestly takes that long. That's why I'm so excited about my Chess's launch. If you know my journey to motherhood, then you know how hard I worked to get him here, so I only want the best for my baby. It's not about money for me, it's about results. It's about bringing healthy, safe products to market. Stock formulas or private label products are the only products that you can truly launch fast. Proprietary and custom formulas take months due to microbe instability testing. The real chemists out there know what I'm talking about. Is she throwing shade to Melody Shari's Black Chemist? I may have some challenges with shipping and lead times, but out of the 1+ million people who have tried my products, the vast majority will say that, but they work. P.S. Something I saw today that I was like mind blown, gotta tell you about soon. And then she says, so a Love and Marriage Huntsville fan posted the question, why am I announcing Chess's business now when someone else is? Do you mean Melody Shari? Are you scared to say her name or something? Make it make sense. I'm going to be really clear. I've been talking about my baby and his business since before he was born. And now is the time because his birthday and launch is in 3 weeks. My brand has done over 40 million in sales in less than 3 years. But you just said on page 1 of your dissertation that it wasn't about the money, you guys. Make it make sense. The lies, the lies, the lies. I'll never compete with anyone but myself. But you're specifically throwing shots at Melody Shari. I don't even care about what other people are doing half the time, but what I refuse to do is let anyone play in my face because they're a fan of someone. That someone being Melody Shari. I'll hit you with facts every time, and the facts are, I've been doing this for years in all caps. Out the mud. My people saw me coming up with nothing. It's respect on my name and my brands, and I am not one of them. And as far as skincare versus hair care, will an OG please tell the left that Canvas Beauty dropped skincare in 2019? Do I need to pull receipts? And we couldn't keep up with the demand. Sold over 2 million in skincare in less than 6 months. If you want specifics, we've already been, quote, a beauty brand with a heavy focus on hair care. I've got it, y'all favorites, but don't play with me, respectfully. So here's the thing, you guys. None of this was necessary. None of this was necessary, and it's just giving press, you guys. It's giving press. Why are you throwing shots at Melody Shari and how she is doing her business, you guys? You keep forgetting Melody Shari also had a previous line as well called Embrace, but it was linked with Martell as both being a part, having that LLC. Remember, she dissolved all of her companies with Martell so that Martell could not come after her financially, you guys. And that's why he's trying to get full custody, because there's no other way that he can come after her, right? So he's trying to do full custody. He's trying to slander her. But Melody Shari dissolved all those companies. So had it not been for Martell continuing to cheat on his ex-wife, Embrace would have been launched, you guys. But that's why we have 7th Avenue Beauty now, you guys. And I presume some of those products were already ready to go. It was just a matter of changing, essentially the name, so that Martell couldn't touch any of it, right? And perfecting the formulation, which was why Melody Shari was able to get it out as quickly as she could, right? But not you admitting, Stormy, that you have issues with shipping and everything else and people getting their orders on time. But you spend this whole time, instead of focusing on perfecting your business and getting your business together and getting your customer service together, you were writing dissertations about Melody Shari and you refused to acknowledge her by name. And then you go on your Instagram stories and you're up here quoting Tupac, basically saying that nobody's a threat until they're a threat to me, which basically invalidates this whole dissertation you just said. Basically, you see Melody Shari as a threat, and you're going to continue to, quote unquote, drop receipts to prove that you sold more than Melody Shari, that you've, quote unquote, been doing this longer than Melody Shari, that you've got X, Y, and Z before Melody Shari. But what you don't have is the star power. What you don't have is the fan base. What you don't have is the it factor. What you don't have is Melody Shari supporters and the millimeters. That's what you don't have. So as long as you are on this show, you are hurting your brand, because you and your other cast members that have decided to take this approach of this anti-Melody Shari campaign keep getting karma handed to you. Keep getting negative things affecting you and happening to you. You keep digging yourself in bigger holes, thinking that if you continue to throw shots, and throwing shots at a black chemist is even low for you, Stormy. Seriously? That's what we're doing? That's what we're doing? Throwing shots at somebody who is choosing to cut out the middleman so they can do direct shipping is shade? Seriously? That's what we're doing? Somebody being proud of their business, somebody being proud of the number of people who are visiting their website and purchasing their products, doing all of this on their own as a single mother of 4 when they had nothing because their ex-husband wouldn't even let them in the house to get their things and they had to start completely over from scratch. You're shading that, Stormy? That's what we're doing? No. No. You're on the wrong show. You are on the wrong show, Stormy, because the show is supposed to be about Black entrepreneurship and celebrating the wins of Black entrepreneurship. And you are on the show basically hating. You are on a show basically hating because you see how quickly Melody Shari's star power has risen, and you have an issue because you can't tap into that fan base. And none of the cast has been able to tap into that fan base but Melody Shari. And so you think by continuing to slander her, you think by trying to invalidate her success, invalidate her methods of how she was able to get this skincare line up and running, that it's going to make you look better. But it actually just makes you look bothered. It makes you look bothered. It makes you look like a negative Nancy. It makes it look like you're obsessed with Melody Shari. And as a result of that, that is going to attract even more buyers and more blessings for Melody Shari as a result of that. Because you can't keep her name out of your mouth. And now you're scared to even say her name, but you're directly throwing shots at her in subliminals, but we know who you're talking about, right? We know exactly who you're talking about, Stormy. So this is not going to end well for you, unfortunately. It's not going to end well for you, unfortunately, right? Either your time on the show is numbered, or eventually your brand's going to take a hit, if it hasn't already, right? And you can talk about those sales and everything else that you did, but how much did you take home out of those sales since you're in all of these stores? How much is their cut first? How much is Target's cut first before you get your profit? Stormy, is what I want to know. Show those receipts too, since you want to show receipts on everything, right? Let's see your profits, right? Because you can have sales, right? You can gross lots of millions in sales, right? But brick and mortar is a totally different ballgame. It's a totally different ballgame compared to direct shipping, you guys. So how much of the products are you actually making the cents on the dollar that is in Target, that is in Sally, that is in all of these stores, right? Before you come for somebody who is cutting out the middleman and getting larger profit margins right off the bat, right? And not having delays with shipping or anything of that nature, and they're doing it by themselves, right? So again, next time before you write another dissertation, let's think before you talk, and let's talk about how God has Melody Shari's back, and how Melody Shari continues to get those 5 blessings every time people speak against her. And Melody Shari is not even thinking of any of you guys. And you continue to poke the bear, not realizing the damage it's doing to you. So there is that. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post a content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.